Coach, tough loss last week, but how's your team reacted this week during practice?
Well, anytime you go into a game like the Mount Carmel game that we had, it's going to be a tough game. It's a tough place to play. But we didn't respond in that game like we're capable of. Our team is so much better than how we played. So we came into our practice week and we pretty much let our kids know that we don't play like that, and we're going to find out just what kind of team we are. Showed us some of our weaknesses, but I think when it's all said and done, our team's going to improve from that.
And this week you have the Washington Hatchets down in Hatchet Hollow. Can you tell us a little bit about the Washington Hatchets?
Well, they're big. I know that their line is 270, 295, 280. So we're going to have to deal with some big kids. On the other hand, though, we're the better team. The important thing for us is to go down and play a good, hard, tough, clean, sound game without mistakes and get some of our young kids an opportunity to play.
And Coach, not looking ahead at all, but sectional draw is on Sunday, and who do you think are some of the favorites?
Well, getting into that sectional, the question is always posed every year. Who would you prefer to have? The fact of the matter is, it's a blind draw. Yes, we would like to have some of those other teams, maybe the better ones, play each other off, but it's a blind draw. So we wait, we see what our draw is Sunday, and we just get out there and we take it one game at a time.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
We're here with defensive coordinator Nick Eckert. Nick, tough loss last week. How do you expect your defense to respond this week?
Just didn't play well. We didn't line up right. We weren't very aggressive. So I expect a big change from this week from last week. We expect to be our kids fly to the ball. We expect them to know their assignments, and we expect them to line up right. And if we can do that, we'll be fine. And that's how it's been all year so far.
You got Washington Hatchets this week. Offensively, for them, what are you expecting to see?
Joe, to be honest with you, we're not really concerned about Washington. We're concerned about our own team after last week's game. We got to get back on the same page. We got to get back to playing hard, sound defense. Whatever they throw at us, it's not going to be anything we haven't seen all year. We plan on playing a good, sound defensive scheme against them, and from there on, your defense is going to fly to the ball, and we're hoping to create a bunch of turnovers, and that's what we've been lacking this year. We've had 2 interceptions and maybe a few fumbles here and there. We got to start getting that turned around, and we got to be more aggressive, more physical at the line of scrimmage.
Okay, good luck. And we're here with offensive coordinator Jeff Mock. Jeff, tough loss last week, but how has your offense responded this week in practice?
Well, we concentrated quite a bit on our conditioning. We felt like our kids really didn't compete very well. We didn't execute some things, but overall I think we had a little bit of lack of an effort, which is highly unlikely with some teams that we usually have here. That's just not something that our kids do. So hopefully this is an anomaly. They've had a good practice this week, and they've brought the right kind of attitude.
Okay, you got Washington this week. What are we going to see from the Washington defense?
Well, they usually play a 5-2 or 5-3 against us. They've done some 6-man stuff where they walked up an extra linebacker on the outside. So we're going to see them stack the box against run formations. And they play a similar defense to what Mount Carmel did, and in that 3-3-4 where the kind of safety or linebacker stacked out there. So it's a little bit different than what we've seen. But we got to get used to that because several teams in our section play that as well.
Now, we've touched on, the diversity of the skilled people this year on the offense, but tell us a little bit about your offensive line.
Well, like I said, I think I told you a couple weeks ago that the offensive lines really kind of start to gel a little bit together. When those guys start kind of knocking on each other, making fun of each other, you can tell that they got some good camaraderie going, and their communication's been pretty good. They make a lot of line calls and make sure that everybody knows where they're going by those line calls at the beginning of each play. So they've done a really good job starting to come together. We've got a core of 3 good seniors in there in the middle and then 2 juniors on the outside. So it's taking just a little bit, but they've done a really good job. They really enjoy run blocking. Pass blocking, not quite so much, but they really like the run blocking.